I'm on a mission to find the best passive income ideas out there during the bear market. I've been actively testing a bunch of different low risk strategies and so far found some really interesting ways to make passive income. And I wanted to expand my search and expand my strategies to new ideas that are maybe a little bit more risky and maybe a little bit more volatile to see what I could find. So today I'm going to be sharing 7 brand new strategies that I've been testing over the last month, including an alternative to the bot strategy. I'll also be talking about the risks associated with each of these different ideas and exactly how much I made from each one of these different strategies. First up is the GMX strategy. This is a popular strategy with some of the more hardcore crypto crowd that I've been wanting to try out for a while now. GMX is the decentralized perpetual exchange where you can trade a bunch of blue chip cryptos with a ton of leverage directly from your wallet. I don't use the platform for that though currently, even though I'm sure there's a strategy that I could find there. Instead, my strategy involves staking the platform's liquidity token, GLP. The GLP token accrues 70% of the fees taken in on the platform. So basically all the degens who are getting super risky and leveraging up a bunch of crazy cryptos is where the yield's coming from here. And the token is paid out yield in 2 different ways. Number 1, it earns ETH or AVAX depending on the network you're using GMX on. And number 2, it earns escrowed GMX, which you can either take that escrowed GMX and stake it, and then you'll earn GMX rewards like, as if you were staking GMX, or you can vest that escrowed GMX for a period of a year, and then it like magically transforms into normal GMX, and then you can sell it. The GLP token is basically an index of all the different assets used for swaps and trading on the platform. Currently, it's made up of 41% USDC, 29% ETH, 17.5% Bitcoin, 5% DAI, 2% Frax, 1% USDT, 1% Link, and there's also a little bit of Uni token in there as well. The important note is the volatility is kind of dampened for this token because it's 51% stables, but it can definitely still go up and down in value because the other 49% of it is made up of really volatile assets. I staked $6,642 in GLP tokens on the Arbitrum network, which is a layer 2 of Ethereum. And the rewards I earned for staking on Arbitrum were ETH and escrowed GMX. And after 1 month, I was able to earn $169 in rewards, and those rewards were mostly in ETH, and I'm not really sure what the proportion of the rewards are supposed to be, but for me, over the first month, I definitely got the majority of my rewards were in ETH, and the minority of my rewards were in escrowed GMX. But despite earning those rewards, the price of the GLP token had actually dropped because I guess the index of assets had dropped during that month as well. So for month 1 of this strategy, I actually ended up losing $319 total. So for this one, month 1 wasn't so great. And after month 1, and based on my understanding of this strategy, I would say that this strategy is maybe a medium risk strategy. I think it really depends on if you see crypto as overall bullish or not. If you see it as overall bullish, then eventually the GLP token should come back up as the price of ETH and Bitcoin go back up. There's an affiliate link in the description if you want to check out GMX, and that link will give you like a 5% discount on trades. And then for me, I think I get like a 5% rebate, which I don't even know what that means, but I want it. I want the rebate. So, I guess I'll find out when somebody clicks the link what the heck a rebate is. Next up is Binance ETS by Overnight. Overnight recently expanded to the BNB chain and has a new ETS strategy using BNB. From my understanding, this is a medium risk strategy where Overnight basically employs what would typically be a really complex yield farming strategy, and they just make it really simple. Like you just click a button, deposit some money, and they do everything automated on the back end to execute the strategy for you. And this strategy involves leveraging some BNB, and they say that they keep the health factor at 1.2 for the BNB. I don't ever leverage. I don't even know what that means. I have been doing the Matic strategy with ETS. I've done that for 2 months. I haven't had any issues. I haven't lost any money. And so I'm trying this one out as well. Month 1, I was able to make a profit of $49 or about 11.5% with this strategy. So that's decent and outperforms the stock market average of 7.58%. I only say that because I really actually just feel like it's not that decent and I want more. I want a bigger APY. And so I compare it to the stock market to feel, a little bit more confident in myself that it really is decent. 11% is not bad at all. By any means, not a bad deal, but I'm looking for like crazy stuff. And 11%, it ain't crazy. It's like nobody's throwing a party over 11%. It's just, it's good. And really quick, you're gonna wanna stick around to the end of this video because I'm gonna be sharing an alternative method to the bot strategy using KuCoin's bot in the exact same settings I'm using with the Ghost Tiger strategy. I've been testing it for 1 month. KuCoin's bot is completely free, and I'm hoping it works out as like a good alternative, and I share the results of exactly what happened a little bit later in this video. Number 3 is Phoenix Plus. Basically, the way that this one works is you buy a certain amount of Phoenix Plus, and you pay a buy tax of 2% in the process. And according to the website, the Phoenix Plus token is 100% backed by BUSD, so it's like this weird hybrid kind of stablecoin kind of not. Now, this is where things get interesting. Phoenix Plus uses a mechanic called the Inferno. Basically, when the price of Phoenix Plus starts to flatten, a number of random users are automatically cashed out of Phoenix Plus and into MDB Plus, which MDB Plus is also 100% backed by BUSD, and it's just like a more stable, less volatile version of Phoenix Plus. And after those users are cashed out, they can then go sell their MDB Plus, pay a 1% sell tax, and then buy back into Phoenix Plus if they want to try their odds again at, going for longer, I guess. And the people who basically are just really lucky and aren't kicked early on can end up making a pretty decent APY owning Phoenix Plus. I originally deposited $5,213 into Phoenix Plus 2 weeks ago. And so far, after just 2 weeks, I've made $288 or about 5.5% in just 2 weeks. At this rate, if I'm not kicked for the entire month, I'll make $576 or about 11% in a single month. Keep in mind though, there's obviously an element of random luck here. So it's not something you can consistently count on. It's not something you can consistently make. It just depends on if you randomly get lucky or you don't randomly get lucky. And from my understanding of how this works and using it for 2 weeks, I would put the risk for this one at low to medium. Number 4 is Unknown. Unknown is a strategy really similar to my Penrose strategy. I'm basically taking 2 different stablecoins, staking them as liquidity to earn a yield. And with Unknown, my initial capital is held in USD Plus and BUSD, so it's always stable, it's always safe, and I'm not worried about like the price of a token going up and down because my initial funds are always kept in stables. So from my understanding, this is basically a really low risk strategy, with your main risks being some sort of contract hack or contract error with the protocol that would cause, the protocol itself to lose a bunch of funds, which is essentially an ever-present risk with any project you'd be involved in with crypto. Unknown is basically what Convex is to Curve, if you're familiar with that, but instead of fighting for governance over Curve, it's fighting for governance over Binance's Cone. 1 month ago, I staked $10,335 on this platform, and after my first month, I made a depressing $3. And that essentially had to do with the fact that the price of both Unknown and Cone absolutely plummeted over this month that I've been staking. But luckily, since half my liquidity was in USD Plus, that did end up appreciating, bringing my total made for month 1 on this platform to $74, or about 8.7% annually. I guess that's still technically beating the stock market, but it feels like this strategy is just barely scraping by this first month. Hopefully month 2, it does a little bit better. Number 5 is Axia. Axia is a deflationary blockchain token that I actually got into during the bull run, but I just haven't had the chance to talk about yet. It's basically aiming to be like a blockchain bank with stable yields, but also a deflationary blockchain network. And they have all sorts of things, like they have a debit card, they have like this staking program where you have to do like full KYC to get access to it. It kind of felt like signing up for a bank account when I had to sign up for this. And overall, it's a really interesting and kind of unique platform. And it was originally 6 months ago when I got into this, back before the market absolutely plummeted. And when I got into this, mistakes were made. I made a dumb bull market decision and I thought, oh my gosh, this is a crazy, interesting idea. And I put $20,000 into this token, into the staking platform, and I locked it for a year. And honestly, I mostly had forgotten that I'd done this. Not that, like, $20,000 is a lot of money for me, but with every crazy thing that happened with crypto, I think maybe subconsciously I just thought, oh my gosh, it's probably worth nothing with everything that's happened. It probably plummeted to zero like everything else. But surprisingly, it didn't. In fact, I ended up making over the last 6 months, $6,087. And just when I thought I could get away with making a really dumb decision, things recently took a turn for the worse on this investment. One morning, I woke up to this email. As a result of an ongoing review of the Axia project, all exchanges of AXC V1 coins have been suspended. In addition, the issuance of Axia debit cards and gift cards, as well as the weekly burns of AXC coins, have been suspended pending the completion of the review. Your existing AXC coins will remain in your account at Axia Capital Bank, while future options for the Axia network are under consideration. And I don't want to jump to conclusions, but my spidey sense is telling me that this is definitely really not good. And I have to assume I've likely lost all of my money. Again, it was dumb of me to put $20,000 in there in the first place. Position sizing is so important when investing, and I broke one of my own rules like an idiot because it was the middle of the bull market, and now I'm paying the price of my being an idiot. Number 6 is USD Plus on Binance. Just like Overnight released a new ETS on Binance, they also released a new version of their USD Plus. This one so far is actually able to produce quite a bit better yield than their USD Plus on Matic. I deposited $5,543 1 month ago, and after 1 month made $46.19, or about 10.3% annually. I'd consider USD Plus just about as low risk as they come. Again, the major risk here is some sort of contract vulnerability. And when I look at USD Plus, the main use case here is like, instead of me holding stables, I would hold USD Plus, and now my stables are making me money while I wait to invest them, into whatever I'm waiting to invest them into. Last up, number 7 is KuCoin's GridBot, but using the same settings as I used for the Ghost Tiger strategy. I wanted to see in practice how much of a difference there really is between using something like Bitsgap and using KuCoin's free GridBot. I deposited $5,000 into KuCoin's GridBot 1 month ago, and I used essentially the exact same settings that I used on Bitsgap. There are a few things that are missing from KuCoin that Bitsgap has, so I did it really as close as I physically possibly could. And after 1 month, I lost $400.14, or about -8%. Now, to be fair, I don't actually think this is KuCoin's fault. I think this last month has just overall been bad for the market. So over the next few months, this loss could easily turn into a gain if the price of everything were to spike up. So for now, I'm just gonna keep this test running and see how it fares given a longer testing period. And that's it. I'll give you guys an update on these experiments come month 2. I've also started a ton of other experiments that I'm gonna be testing out and sharing the results of coming up soon. I'm still in the search for the ultimate bear market passive income strategy. I know there are some awesome hidden opportunities out there somewhere. I just got to go out there and figure out where they're at. And as always, none of this is investment advice. You should definitely not just randomly copy me on these things. I try out some really risky ideas sometimes, and I am counting on the possibility that I could lose 100% of my money. And if you don't know what you're doing and you're just blindly copying me, you could definitely very easily lose 100% of your money. By the very nature of me testing out a bunch of different ideas, the probability is that half or more of these ideas will eventually fail. So if you're not really paying attention or watching me closely enough, you might not get out of those ideas when, before they fail. As always, if this video is helpful, make sure to hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, or if you have anything you think I should test out and try, let me know in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button, as well as hit the little bell next to it if you want to actually be notified each time I release a video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.